Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Greg K6EGG live stream. In just a few minutes, you're going to enjoy some free amateur radio fun here on the Greg K6EGG live stream.
Want to make a comment?
Hello, everybody. Hopefully the audio works there. 1, 2. Yes, it looks like it's working. All right. I had a little problem with dealing with some. I was checking some stuff before, and for some reason things weren't working the way I would like them to. But now it looks like they are. Good to see you guys in the chat. This is Greg K6EGG. Late night with Greg K6EGG, I should say. What's going on, Dustin? Nice to see you in there. It is late. It's not as late as I was on last night. If you guys were, a couple of you guys are around. No Ambien tonight. I didn't take any, so I look a little bit fresher. I literally just walked out of the shower like 5 minutes ago. Sam is in here. Sam could attest to that. Want me to wake you up at 3 a.m. like I did the other night or last night or this morning, I should say, for me. Let me see if this works. You're awake tonight, huh? All right. I got Sam with me. He's up tonight. It is almost midnight where you're at. Oh no, wait, it's 12:30 where you're at, right? 12:33.
Yeah, 12:34.
It's a little bit late, but that's okay. I worked tonight. I just got home a little while ago. Jumped in the shower, came right on the stream. Similar to what I did last night, but I got home a little bit earlier than I did last night. I was working a little bit closer. What's going on, Richard? Nice to see you in there. And to HJ, I hope I didn't get your name, your call sign wrong there. It looks like I read that correctly. Don't forget to hit that like button in there and subscribe if you are new. I'm going to get a like screen like this, I think, or a little font. They call it a lower third in the TV business. So I want to get one of those going. Just change some encoder settings again.
Pin that message.
Pin in the message. I was pinning it as you said it. Pretty good. Oh, look at that. Someone's got to get some snacks. What are you going to have? Some almonds? Something like that?
He likes nuts, apparently.
He does. Well, I was just asking if he was going to get almonds, but you took it to the next level. That's okay. Dex, what's going on, dude? I guess you're a late night guy, huh? I'm still working on some encoder settings. Sam was in with me when I was doing it. I'm going to see if some changes happen when I do something here shortly. I don't know if they'll work. Oop. I just noticed that my stream just dropped for a second there when I made that change. So maybe I shouldn't do that live. But Dustin, I watched a little bit of your live stream earlier. Cool stuff. I know it's hard to get some stuff getting online and stuff like that, doing a live stream. A lot of different stuff needs to be right. So bear with me with the encoder setting changes and stuff. Still working on stuff.
He's a newbie. He's just an audio guy that still fucks up his audio.
I almost did today. I know that. I was like worried. I was like, I don't know if the audio is going to work, but it seemed to have worked. And it looked like this encoder setting change may have helped a little bit. But it is nice to see you guys in here late. A couple things that I was going to try to do tonight. I am actually going to get on the radio tonight, believe it or not.
Are you?
Yes, I am. I didn't last night.
No Santa Ana winds.
Well, I'm not getting on HF. But it's still the radio I'm getting on.
You know what that means?
What do you mean? I'm still getting on the radio.
Yeah, but
I have the world is in my hand, or it's actually on my desk over there for the ham radio world. I can get on. I have my openspot 4 over there on the desk, and I have my Pi-Star. So the world is my oyster sitting on the desk there. I could still talk to the world.
I can't tell you the last time I got on DMR or DStar or, well, I do monitor YSF on Toads, but I haven't done that in a while either.
Is there much activity on that?
Yeah, kinda. But it's just like a chilled talk group to where it's not like America Link or anything to where everybody talks, 24/7.
Dustin's saying get on a remote HF station and stream it. I think you have to pay for those or give a
no, they're Clubhouse, Shane, he's done one. you pay by the minute. It's like 99 cents a minute.
That's ridiculous.
And then, but since, all right, so Clubhouse Steve in South Carolina has a remote station that Shane gets into from Texas. Of course, that's free because they're both in the same YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But yeah, mostly if you do a remote station, you have to pay, I think, it was 99 cents a minute, whether you're transmitting or just monitoring.
Really? Just monitoring?
I think so. Don't hold me to it.
That's ridiculous. I don't mind giving a donation, but they probably don't want 15 million people on there too. So that's keeping out the riffraff, but still that's pricey, man.
You take 60 minutes whether you transmit or not. There's $60 out of your pocket.
No, I know better places where I can put my $60.
Yeah.
And one of them is paying for somebody else's radio.
And you don't pay for gas anyway. Maybe the wife does, but you don't.
She works from home. So it's not too bad. Sure. Let me there's a bunch of nets going on here locally. I was thinking about crashing one of them, so to speak.
Good.
But I don't know. I'm a little bit nervous about that.
Why?
I don't know.
You've jumped on it before.
I don't like doing nets.
They welcomed you with open arms.
I don't like doing nets though.
Quit being I
don't like doing nets. Look at Mark. He's up late again.
Oh boy.
So now I know where I can find Mark. Very, very late place. So why don't we go? Oh boy.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
We got a sad ham in there.
Lawrence, I wasn't going to say that, but I was going to play that sound effect, but Greg beat me to it. So, yeah, Greg is a sad ham tonight.
And Dustin, I actually never reached out to MRD about the fake MRD. I got to be honest with you. I got super busy. My shortest day since after Christmas was 9 hours, and my longest was 15. So that's not including driving time and dealing with stuff at home. So I actually took a bunch of time off for this coming week because I needed to take care of some stuff because it was I was literally killing my mind. So I have not reached out to him. I figured that maybe somebody else did on my behalf. I think Frank might have, but I'm not.
We can't trust Frank.
Well, we could trust him, but I don't know if he reached out to him. So that's how that went. I hope that answers your question. We got some activity here on 30 Charlie Late, which I've never heard before. Because believe it or not, I actually work ham radio when I'm not live streaming.
But I'm not familiar with how they
FT8.
No, I've done DStar.
And how they played it with the ham radio. Apparently, last night, did you see the NBC item on ham radio? Apparently,
I don't know what he's talking about here. But it sounded like we got some rag chewing going on.
No, I did not. What was on NBC about ham radio?
I think I've talked to Don before.
Yeah, they were supposed to have had an item on ham radio on NBC. And in fact, I was just looking to see if I got a little bit more information on, I saw it on Twitter.
I was pretty tired last night.
Somebody mentioned it. So
I was very tired last night, actually.
Myself later.
I literally, when I got out, I hit the exit thing on the stream. I walked into bed and I closed my eyes, and next thing you know, it was 6:30 in the morning. I know that ham radio is
on the decline in America, and last year you lost 14,000 hams. So
I wonder what this guy's talking about here. Today's show, huh?
Yeah, I hear people saying that, and It seems
Lawrence, I don't buy into the alien thing, bro.
VHF has really dropped off. Didn't know if they were all just on HF or what, but I never heard a number. I never heard a figure of how many people we've lost. That's concerning there.
No offense, but there's a lot of old guys doing ham radio, and they drop off fairly quickly. I don't mean that in a bad way, but that's just a matter of fact.
Obviously, you may not.
Not to say if a 50-year-old or 30-year-old can go, but most likely the 75 and 80-year-olds are going to drop off pretty quickly. Either they're not going to be able to do ham radio anymore, or
I don't know whether they just think that that's the way it is,
are not around anymore.
Anything about it, maybe. The whole thing, my own view is that the hobby needs a makeover.
Wow, that's pretty good.
It just seems a bit silly that when you have equipment today, or we do, that's
the Miami PD, I thought released
like asking questions about
a statement saying there was they got a call for an active shooter, which was a mistake.
Can you imagine if they had to pass an exam? I don't think you'd get many people using it.
Sticks.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people talking lately about GMRS. You know, there's no test involved, but I didn't know.
There's no test involved. You got the SAD. That's the original SAD ham.
Even on GMRS for years. I don't know if that's where everybody's headed or what. I mean, the radio equipment is getting expensive, and just like everything's out of control. But these younger people don't have the same interests as old people do, you know? They're not into ham radio, they're not into cars. They're just into texting and sitting home on their butt.
Yeah, and I think the problem with the fact that ham radio is run by old people, and they don't realize that.
I'm getting drop frames again, damn it.
They probably use rotary phones, you know, and more. And have a Ford T car sat on the driveway, and that's their world. But the reality is,
by the way, with these new encoder sins they have, there'll be less delay.
Ham radio is just seen as an old man's game, you know, and that's its image. And that's the image they portray.
You're right. No argument there.
They don't seem to be able to. See, when the ARRL loses money and losing people, somebody has to say, whoa, let's have a look at this. Are you the right people to doing this job?
I'm guessing by the way he's talking, he's probably not my age. Which isn't, I mean, I'm not exactly young, but I'm younger for the ham radio community.
Of course, I just got the radio back up and running. I retired, sold my home, and moved to an HOA, so I'm kind of sheltered as what I can hear here. But, I mean, everything's changing, you know. A few years, it's going to be a different world.
That's a good statement there. I would agree with you on that.
The younger generation isn't interested in much of anything mechanical or anything you got to put your mind to it or get dirty or anything, you know. We're already having problems finding people to do repairs, normal repairs, auto repairs. Auto mechanics are in big demand. Pretty soon you won't be able to get a roof put on your house, or it's just terrible. And nobody wants to work. They've all been brainwashed or something to sit home and play on the computer. I don't know what, but I don't know why they don't have.
But it's still radio. I think that's what he was saying. He's just saying it was still radio.
Yeah, but it's totally different.
Yeah, it's a challenge, and I think that when you have got that challenge,
80-meter ham stick,
you have to work with that challenge.
In case you guys, this is what I was referring to. You see the SonoBus settings there, or SonoBus fonts there.
Situation, but with the obsession,
I call BS when I was doing
celebrities and you know, multimillionaires and all this sort of thing. The whole system is geared up to celebrate.
Yeah, I mean, we're living in a different time now.
Super wealth, rather than
as far as like communicating with people.
You'll never hear anything about.
People don't realize it. I wouldn't necessarily it's a negative thing because we're communicating more. Like I wouldn't talk to you guys right now if I wasn't on YouTube. You guys are sitting there watching a device yourself. So I mean, it goes back the same way.
Radio, of course. Unless ham radio has a makeover and it becomes more relevant, it's failing. It is failing. In England, we had 30% numbers last year take the exam. Could be 50% this year. So you've got a choice. You can either stand by and do nothing, or try and do something to make that work. I've been in the hobby over 60
That's why I'm doing
years.
this. So maybe I can get some young kid.
I've seen the good times,
by the way,
so
I've been posting
I can see
the
the wreckage
crap
ahead,
out of my YouTube
there's a
channel
car crash over.
on all kinds of different user groups that are not related to ham radio. And believe it or not, I picked up like 600 subs.
And then,
I know that sounds weird, but it seemed to have worked. Maybe we can get some more interest in going in.
I got my license for ham radio, and locally it was pretty busy locally. And in the last 8-9 years, a lot of people have passed on, and no one has picked up the slack. You know what I mean? I don't know what the manufacturers are going to do.
I think communication's definitely changed, and I think the way we communicate is obviously different, and we're communicating more. It's just not more human contact.
I don't know what's going to come of that.
Which is kind of sad, but I mean, I do it.
But it's always
I have
happening. It's already happening.
Remember back in the day when someone would text you and you'd be like, yo, just call me.
Yep.
Now if someone calls you, you're like, yo, just text me.
And to your point, remember when, I don't know how, I forget how old you are, but, I'm on long distance. I can only talk for like 2 minutes. Now there's no such thing. We can talk forever. So, I mean, there's a bunch of different, what's that?
I upgraded my phone 2 days ago. And they're like, yeah, you can change plans and get unlimited talk, text, and whatever. I'm like, nobody talks. Like, I was like, just give me a data plan. That's all I care about.
I talk less and less on my phone. Pretty soon they're going to get rid of the voice plans. Well, the voice is basically data through the phone.
And they get a pass,
right?
And
it's
I
like
think that's the way to go.
Voice over IP.
We got to switch to IP over voice.
Where's the snacks?
See, Mark knows what I'm talking about. Hey, the phone's ringing. It's for you. I'll get it.
It's the biggest area of repeaters in the country, and locally they're just dead. The only thing that's really happened is the linked stuff. You know, stuff like this, the digital formats, Wires X, DMR, and DStar.
Because you don't have to worry about trying to hit a repeater
It rarely
20
gets
miles away.
mentioned in the magazines. But, and of course, the other thing that I was talking to a station in New Zealand yesterday, and they got chat GBT on their computer. And another thing that could be possible is that
Mark, you know what I'm talking about. I'll get it. Whenever I hear somebody's phone ringing, I'll be like, I'll get it. Like the young kids don't get the joke.
That would create
Every once in a while, I'll get an older person go, hey, I like that. I remember that. This is a pretty good conversation here, by the way. I feel like I'm eavesdropping almost.
To speak to someone on the telephone about get some information about anything, you end up talking to a computer. So I don't know how many people would want to sit on a ham radio and talk with a computer.
I was after the party line. My dad had it.
On FT8. FT8 is very popular, and that's just a computer.
I think my mom had it. My grandparents got rid of it right before I remember the telephone
thing.
I'm not
into the FT8 thing, you know. It's
over in Long Beach. They still had a rotary dial. And we had, when we moved into our house here in the Ontario area.
Oh, I totally agree with you. But they've been very
it was like one of the first digital touch tone phones.
Actually. And QST's
don't remember the party line.
Use FT8, which rather surprised me.
You'd ring like a certain amount of times and it would be yours
on the,
or your neighbors.
Things. And,
wow, that's pretty late.
Anyway, that sort of
I thought they got rid of it like in the mid 80s.
In England. But I also enjoy the conversations, and I have access to GMRS. I have a GMRS call sign, and I think that people will be good coming from there.
They have GMRS in what's this? He's in England, right?
We had a lot of people.
No, they have PMR.
TV.
I thought he said GMRS.
He said GMRS.
Who paid their dues.
I'm pretty sure they have PMR 446, which
cow.
he's probably just saying GMRS.
But now that funding's sort of disappearing because people aren't financing them anymore. But I don't think in the Fat Cat days...
You are old, man.
Much.
You know what, though, Lawrence?
Words,
I remember calling in on the radio station.
They allowed them to take a back seat, and they did a
contest and using a like a pencil with the eraser side and trying to dial quick or move the dial quick at my grandmother's house. I actually won a T-shirt that way.
That amount of history about the AWRL. I've been on here limited time, even though I have my license, whatever, about 8-ish years, but I've been working 12-hour shifts all my life, and now I'm finally going to sit down and try and learn more about this radio, but that's funny.
I know that feeling.
That the CBers came in and made AWRL Fat Cats. You talk to him, most ham people in America will shrug you away if they think you were a CBer before you came.
I don't work that hard though, Lawrence. I mean, I do sometimes. I work with my mind a lot.
Now than there's not.
But it's not smarter.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's just like stating a fact that what happened really.
Hey, you got to pay your dues at some point, though.
From CB came into it and found it wasn't for them, and now we're left with people who are more interested and find it more interesting.
I've listened to CB on a couple people's live stream, and
the issue. And you've got two big problems.
I don't know. Are people actually talking on it, or are they just talking over each other?
It's gotten so bad. I had a CB when I was in my teens. I started out at 11 years old, and then when I got my first truck, I had a CB in it. And you get on channel 6, and smoking the TV. You ain't talking to nobody because they're all running 1400 watts or kilowatt
on the radio over.
Some guys can't hear each other too, so they stop talking.
And they're not even talking to each other. There's it seems and the audio is so bad.
It's like it's murder my mouth. This is like this. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Murder my mouth. Can you hear me? And it's like
in the country here that has a whole lot of CBers.
I was like, wow.
When the band is open like 10 meters,
they're all yelling on top of each
all
other.
over the world still. So I mean, they're still out there. But they're not.
I've definitely talked to this guy before.
And you're not going to find anybody in your hometown to talk to.
Exactly. And
by the way, when I go on the radio, I want to let me know if you guys are listening to 30 Charlie and how the delay is, because I got rid of a lot of delay by changing my encoder.
There's a big difference between ham radio and CB. Ham radio has the ability to rescue itself. CB wouldn't. Could do them because it doesn't have
I don't want to have a way to listen to it right now.
Ways of operating and things like that.
What's up, Terry? Good afternoon.
Whereas ham radio is multiple products.
Hey, Terry.
So you've got multiple chances of rescuing it.
No, Terry, they're not running
to go the same way as CB.
8 kilowatts. They're running 1.21 gigawatts.
I knew a guy that would run a kilowatt. Like his lights would dim in his house.
Yeah, well, I know in my immediate area here over here, we had a group of people on 10 meters, and half of them came from CB.
You're in Texas, though. I think CB is a little more popular there.
It's been in the last 8 years. Those groups almost died off.
Well, Greg,
they were all.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people in California.
There's only 2 or 3 left, and they've relocated.
Have big
the rest of them
CB stations.
On. And the local repeaters have died off. Whether people lost interest or died off or both, I'm not sure, but you can definitely tell on the VHF, UHF bands how quiet it is.
Oh, yeah, that's actually the situation in England. And nobody's turning that around. In fact, funnily enough, our local repeater in the
I know that
was shut down a few months ago because it wasn't being used. And with the cost of the electricity, he wasn't prepared just to keep it on. And I think more and more repeaters will close But at the end of the day, you see, people from the CB in England were quite enthralled when they saw Burt Reynolds and all this breaker business, you know. It was right for its time. Because in the 80s,
Dustin,
kind of communication like
isn't
that
he in Santa Maria?
Common, and therefore it exploded, and it did a lot of good for the whole area. Now it's gone now, and of course, what's now about mobile phones, cell phones, and games, and you've got to meet that challenge really, which.
This is actually a very good conversation here.
I'm not a radio ham anymore. I call myself a computer ham because I spend most of the time on the computer and the phone, my cell phone. And so that's how I operate.
1 or 2 in the chat.
And maybe
one, this is a good conversation. 2, this is not a good conversation.
To go in a different direction to survive. And that may be the future. But when you see the equipment that's out nowadays, the cost of it.
It is expensive.
And how fancy it is. These robots that build it are very clever. And much cleverer than we are. And much cleverer than the exam we take. The robots would pass it easy.
This is a great conversation, I think.
Yeah, I can remember when the CB explosion happened here. I don't know how it is on your side. I don't even know if it's the
drop frames.
Same band if
drop
you're on
frames.
27 megahertz. I know
it's like
some
it's
countries
skipping.
were in the 450 megahertz, and they called it CB, and they had some parts of 27 megahertz. But I remember over here when it exploded in the 70s, my father was into the radio in the 60s, and he said when the kids started doing their homework on the radio, he said that's when he got rid of the radio and gave it to me, and I got bit by the bug. And back in those days, the 70s, the band, the solar system was in incredible condition. You could talk anywhere around the world.
Must be like my age. God damn. Video's breaking up.
It was so busy. They had expanded from 23 channels to 40 channels. It was crazy. And then all of a sudden, it died out. I can remember when every car in traffic had an antenna on it. Now, you never see a car with a CB or ham radio antenna.
Resync it.
Are you familiar with Starlink?
Uh-oh. Hamstick Eric. He's going to talk about you.
No.
Oh, look, it's working. It's still breaking up a little bit.
Starlink's Elon Musk's equivalent to what you've just said for CB, because Starlink's going to provide international on-demand communication from your cell phone. No sun required. And you'll be able on your Starlink phone to talk anywhere, anytime.
The sun is definitely still required. It's going to
cover the whole planet.
Yeah.
And if you think of it in terms of propagation, it's going to be really good.
Yeah, like the Starlink will still be working, but we'll be dead.
Our radio will just die of death.
You made a very good point there.
Be able to talk to people anywhere on their cell phone in their
own. I recently I saw this thing. It was like it wasn't a news article,
the radio,
but it said that a certain kind of mushroom.
Obviously, can't be.
Like you won't be hungry for the rest of your life.
Anyway, that's what's happening. He's put these thousands of satellites up, and you'll be able to
magic mushroom
anywhere on the planet. Will be able to talk
no, it'll kill you. So you'll just you won't be hungry again because you'll be dead.
You're gonna die at some point. By the way, there's only 8 likes and 15 of you folks watching. Hit that like button for me, please. If you like it, of course. You don't have to.
Okay, I don't know what
and press it. If you press the like button twice, it's a double super like.
The reason why ham radio and CB radio is dead because of the
drop framing. I'm drop framing.
So now there's going to be some kind of app where you can talk worldwide through a cell phone. Is that what you're saying?
We already do.
The app is called the phone.
Yeah.
You'll get the.
I think the phone service itself is going to go away. You're just going to be talking through apps like you do now, because there's no reason to have phones basically and numbers anymore. There's so many different ways you can communicate with people.
So you could be anywhere in the desert. Or
Dustin, you're right.
Well, you don't need, you haven't got
Dustin,
phone access.
And for everybody who don't know, you know, Sir Mix-a-Lot that came out with Baby Got Back, he is on Channel 6. His handle is Prime Minister. And he has
infrastructure
a hell
we call it disaster zones. Providing your phone works and you work in a satellite that's controlled from, say, another part of the state where there's no.
Okay, I'm like doom scrolling on Instagram.
Make ham radio.
Is that why you're talking about mushrooms and stuff?
For doing that sort of stuff.
Yeah, this guy set up like a Hot Wheels track, and it delivers a hot dog to the grill.
Well, I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but if it destroys.
And I've watched it 7 times now.
It is now. To me, it's a bad thing because I enjoy.
If I had a dog that could just, I said, "Hey, go to the kitchen, give me something to drink." He brings it back to me.
You know, like I said, I've just
Sam,
retired. And I sold.
You can get a mini fridge. You can put it right next to the
now
car.
I'm focusing on
Put some Red Bulls in there.
I've got an electronic cooler plugged next to me on the right side. So.
To meet the
challenge. What you need a dog for?
These are issues. And, you know, it's how you...
I would love the fun fact that, hey, my dog fetches me drinks.
And,
like, you put that mini fridge in the bathroom with your laptop, you never got to leave.
Well, if you go look at Starlink, and then you begin to see what's out there, going to be out there, then you can sort of deal with it. And I think that's the way it will go if it goes forward. But it's knowing what the challenges are. And then hopefully, if you people who are in the know, then do
people
things differently to meet that challenge and meet change. So, but look how expensive and fancy these new radios are today. And certainly, you know, if
just
you
get yourself a Baofeng. It's not that expensive, and it does the job.
Maybe you wouldn't be able to buy it. Do boys still do paper rounds in the States?
I have not heard this much activity on 30 Charlie this late before.
If you'd have told me 8 years ago when I took my test or whatever it was, 9 years ago, whatever it was, when I took my ham radio test, that I'd have all this equipment that I have now at the prices, I would have said you're crazy. But you know how it is. Every hobby now is expensive.
It's still cheaper than boating.
Travel of the way that goes. Equipment gets more fancy, more expensive, and more sophisticated. That's the whole thing with the ham radio. In the way it's no longer basic and like it was. But of course, you do have cheap Chinese radios,
Baofengs,
that can accommodate VHF UHF.
Baofeng.
And they are out there and available for maybe, I don't know, say $15. So you can get in, and you can get in on a worldwide technology with a $15 radio.
Urban Dictionary.
But people don't know about it, and that is the problem. They don't know about Echolink and Allstar and all these other ways that you can do things
for Peter phone.
People.
You can also.
So I think we're lacking in making
buy
people
a cheap Pi-Star and buy a hat for it.
Knowledgeable about
for under $50 and put it together yourself.
Ever since I got my OpenSpot 4 Pro, I have not used my MMDVM
moving forward
for the Pi-Star app.
I think my MMDVM hotspot is a lot more stable than the OpenSpot 4.
And where will we be after Starlink? And people get used to it.
I mean, it works.
And people go into.
Don't get me wrong, but it doesn't work.
They go into
all the time. Like the Pi-Star works
via different systems.
Ham radio is one of those rare hobbies where you can buy equipment once and use it forever with little maintenance.
Starlink on the voice side.
But you always want the next thing to
communities, to chat. It could be something else. I mean, he's put a massive investment on that, Elon Musk.
Oh, too bad Frank's not here.
He'll be looking for it to pay.
Frank will be MFing this guy.
Private entrepreneur,
right?
Providing a global, worldwide communication system for the public. That's pretty good.
He must be on patrol.
That's how it works in America.
I would love to jump in this conversation.
Go for it.
Comment?
Would you like to make a comment?
All right, I think there's another station wants to get in there. Good chatting with you, and I'll be on the side here listening. K6EGG, I'll be listening here.
Yeah, okay, Don. G3ZHI.
Hey guys, this is Greg, K6EGG. I did not want to break up your party because I was just mentioning to some friends that are listening to this reflector right now that I have not heard this much activity on 30 Charlie this late. And you guys had a very, very good conversation about ham radio, and I wanted to jump in there. I just want to say hello and say that was a good conversation. And also I'm live streaming on YouTube to try to promote the hobby, so to speak.
Hopefully I don't piss off anybody tonight.
Whereabouts?
If you type my call letters in, Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf into the YouTube search engine, should be the first thing that pops in.
Actually, K6EGG Live. That's the best.
Oh, thank you for that, Greg. And just having a quick look. Oh, you used to be a sound television engineer. Have a quick look at that. Just let me do what you've just said, and I'll put it into Google, and we'll look at your live video. We use Jitsi to live stream. Oh, yeah, that's a YouTube channel. So let's go on this. And,
Video's
you're live there, look. So, what is...
Sounds like somebody's double
Get rid
with
of shaver. Oh, is that you?
Yeah, you kind of had some drops there. I just wanted to reiterate what both you and Don said about the youngins, so to speak, and not into the radio hobby too much. And I got to say, this is not the case with everybody, but it seems like some of the older crowd that is into ham radio are not. Some of them are not well. They don't like the younger crowd being in talking. I see them kind of scaring some people away from repeaters here locally in California quite a bit. I just wanted to drop that in there, but I appreciate your guys' conversation. Very intuitive, and I enjoy listening to good conversation like that. I think you get a good grasp of what's going on, especially in our hobby today. And we are losing, it seems like we are losing quite a few people.
From G3ZHI. Oh, I mean, obviously, I totally agree. And I'm looking at your YouTube, and interesting that you have put all that information on it, the way you've got the reflector info. That's quite intuitive. However, I suppose unless you speak it, there's 15 people watching, and people don't know about it. And as I say, we use the Jitsi. The question is, and you're right, I think that some old people do put younger people off and demand that they don't use certain services because in their view, they're not ham radio. And that's very damaging I've been in the hobby over 60 years, and I'm always interested in the new technology. And, what's going to happen. I'm interested in Starlink. Have you got Starlink?
I don't have Starlink, but I'm going to show another picture here, another view here. I have two people in on what they call SonoBus, which is an IP over or voice over IP protocol that's direct connect. And the person that says, the person that's in there that you see on the top left, you see on the screen there, in that little box, it says 80 meter ham stick. He's actually on Starlink right now, and he's in the Hawaiian Islands right now.
Hamstick, you're gonna get some love here on the YouTube channel.
Oh, that's quite good. So
I got that 80 meter ham stick
ham radio in, or can I talk to him via a system that he'll be on Starlink at the other end, so I can make a Starlink USO?
Can you connect to him? Is that what he asked?
Yeah, I don't have DStar though.
He does not have a DStar. I think the only thing he has is Allstar Link. I don't know if he has that going, but as far as he connects to the internet like anything else pretty much, and he's got a very little delay. Actually, he's matched his delay into me. I have Sam KM4EEO. He's in Alabama, and they're about the same type of ping time as far as coming into my shack here, into my computer, almost exactly the same. One guy's in the middle of the ocean on a satellite, and the other guy's on his cable modem in Alabama. So it's pretty amazing technology.
Well, if it would be even more amazing if I'm on it, where do I need to be on it?
Well, I don't have that open up for everybody. I have that that particular program is called SonoBus, and I have a special group set up for some people that I normally talk to that I trust. That I don't have them. I'm not worried about them saying anything bad. But another way that I can bring people in is through Discord audio. Basically the same thing. It doesn't. I think the sound quality is not as good as SonoBus, and there's a little bit more of a delay to it, so it's kind of hard to have a conversation sometime. But as for SonoBus, I kind of keep that on the lower. If I get a bunch of people in there at once, people start talking over each other and stuff.
Oh, come on there, Lawrence. You're getting sad, aren't you?
I understand. But I would be interested in maybe even short time participating with a view to the fact that I've communicated with somebody who's on Starlink. I think if I've got that right, that's that's what the issue I was interested in there. I do have Discord, so if I open up my Discord, what happens?
So, a couple things. If there's a pinned message in the chat, if you see on the top, that would invite you to my Discord channel. And then we have voice groups in there. We can move over there temporarily to bring you in if you want to chat with them real quick. I don't know what he's going to say, but we can make that happen.
I am not ready for that, but I think I can make that happen.
And if that happens, am I then going to be connected to the guy in Hawaii that's on Starlink? I just wondered.
Guys, go over to Discord, to the Discord channel. Or
I'm just opening up my Discord, and then I'll have to join you.
I'm already there.
So I'll just see how.
Okay,
go
to the general chat.
You just go to Ed, and I normally use the Jitsi. I don't know whether you're familiar, because with the Jitsi channel, you can share your computer screen and do all sorts of things, and it's not quite like YouTube.
You guys
YouTube
make it over?
Is just you outputting.
Yep.
Whereas
Sam,
I'm here.
the Jitsi is two-way.
You got to go to Discord audio. You're muted on SonoBus.
Is my audio good?
Your audio is good.
Copy that. Yeah. So we're in the. If you look on the left-hand side of my channel, you'll see some voice channels. If you go to the general voice channel and pop in there, you'd be on the stream through Discord.
Make it in, Sam?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I need
a pretty clean transition.
This thing's, I haven't used it a few days, and it's updating, and it just takes a little while to sort itself out. I was just trying to see where. I think the whole concept of the ham radio future is for this sort of technology to be incorporated in information that people get that are coming in, which they don't get at the moment. The exam, in my view, is too technical, asking questions about how to make a capacitor and all this sort of thing. And needs to incorporate a new way of doing things so people are aware of it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of changes have happened with ham radio. I kind of started this on a whim. Somebody was trying to help me set up. I was trying to help somebody set up their audio, and so what I did was I took my audio from my radio and put it through my mixer. And the only way I can figure out getting audio back to him so he can hear it through my radio was through my YouTube channel. So it slowly progressed, and I actually. Thankfully, a lot of people started watching. They found out about this, and they've actually helped me with FT8. They've helped me get on HF. They've helped me study for my general license over the last year. I just got a couple months ago, or almost last year. So I think the social media, so to speak, is kind of helping the hobby a little bit, because I wouldn't know any of these people in my Discord channel or on the chat here. And I actually got together and connected with Eric over in Hawaii, where he lives, and he invited me to do a POTA with him, which was my first POTA, which I never would have done that if it wasn't for social media.
Right? What's up, Rick? I know.
Yeah, I'm just trying to do a search on the Discord, and it's not doing anything so far.
Oh boy,
not too. I don't use Discord all that much, actually.
I'm very bad at Discord.
WhatsApp? I do use WhatsApp.
I don't even touch that stuff.
All right, so if you see the chat, do you see the chat on the YouTube channel on the live stream to the right?
Right, I do. Yes, I am there.
Okay, at the very top, there is a pinned message. If you click on that and then click on the link, it will bring you directly to my Discord channel.
Oh, how wonderful. Right, I'm there. Display name. Oh, I'll put my call sign in. Wait a bit. Got 49 people online. You've invited me now. Right up here. So, what happens next?
All right. So, if you see the different groups, or I think they're called groups. I'm very bad on Discord myself, by the way. If you see something called, you'll see voice channels towards the bottom. And if you click on the general voice channel, we'll be all in there, and you should be able to hear us in there.
This is I was not planning on doing this tonight, but what the heck, right? Help this guy out.
Right. I just need to get familiar then. It says message in general. I've got a message from KM4EEO. This is moderator. I just need to find out where I need to click.
Scroll down.
Scroll down until you see something on the left that says general. So you'll see voice channels, and you'll see general after that. Click on the general.
Extra by April. Oh, there we go. We got somebody in here. We got somebody.
Am I there?
You are there. You made it in. Hey, congratulations.
England is calling.
England is calling. Let me adjust your audio just a tad here before you start yelling. There we go. So we have Sam KM4EO. We have Eric K6EGG. He's over in Hawaii, and he's actually on Starlink. So you're talking through Starlink, which you were already.
So I've managed a Starlink contact. That's wonderful. Do I get a QSL card?
I don't know if there's a QSL card for Starlink.
That was a bit of a joke. Maybe a postcard.
A Starlink. We're working satellite.
Postcards?
With no, it is quite interesting, and I do appreciate the fact that I've got a Starlink contact because I can talk about this. This is news.
It's just like he's on
Starlink
normal internet.
Is, it's pretty magic. I do communication stuff for work, to include satellites and stuff. And Starlink is just the absolute. Like the instructions were 3 pictures. It was like unbox, plug in, point north.
Are you using it with a terminal?
What do you mean a terminal?
Well, how are you actually working the Starlink system? Are you using the satellite terminal system? You're not on T-Mobile, is that right?
No, it's off. I have the dish in my backyard.
Okay. Are you familiar with the T-Mobile situation?
Yeah, so from what I understand, they're gonna have some of their phones be able to connect to the C-band downlink on Starlink, and they're gonna have low data rate texting.
Oh, is that all it's going to be at the first?
Yeah, it's because they're not going to have the phones aren't going to have enough power and a big enough antenna to support high data rate. So they're going to start with low data rate texting.
So, but do you think, how long will it be before it's just incorporated on audio and video on the phones then? Do you think that'll be a different system then?
Yeah, because the each individual satellite covers a certain area of the Earth.
Yeah.
And heavily like densely populated areas, it's just not going to be able to I don't think it'll be able to support the amount of bandwidth required for quite some time, just because the terrestrial assets can pump through a lot of bandwidth and have that coverage, where they're going to need a lot more satellites in space to get the same amount of throughput.
I have been to Hawaii. I've only been to Oahu. Where are you?
In Oahu, near Pearl Harbor area.
Do you know? Are you familiar with the north of the island?
Yeah, a little bit.
Do you know the DX group that's in Miami? Then
that's the one you were talking about.
The DX group. Are you talking about like the superstation up there, the K6EGG?
Yeah. I've operated at the superstation.
Oh yeah. I know where it's at. I've never been there.
They have they have about 10 90-foot towers, or they did have.
Yeah, it's big. Yeah, I've seen pictures and video of it. It's pretty what's
the
pretty
call sign
good looking.
again?
It's pretty big.
So
I used to know the owner and visited. That was Randy, King Henry 6 X-ray. Yeah, have you ever heard of him?
I've not run across him yet.
Okay. Anyway, I better pass it round back to Greg. Sorry about that, Greg.
No, don't be. Do you remember where I can find pictures of that online, Eric? I know we were just showing it like a week ago.
Yeah, just kh6yy.com or .net or .something.
Greg, are you familiar with Jitsi, Greg?
Am I familiar with? Excuse me.
Jitsi.
No.
I may just make the point that Jitsi is two-way. So you've got duplex dialogue on it, whereas what's happening at the moment, people have to follow you on this system. It's just out there for you to. Oh, there's the towers. Look, that's the property. It's on stills.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. We're actually just talking about this, I think, Christmas night or the 21st or something like that, a couple times ago when I was live streaming. Yeah. I definitely would love to go there. I'd love to check that out.
Well, I have.
How long ago?
Oh, before you were born.
I didn't know they were around that long.
It's been around there. Well, let me think where I was. I was there in the 70s, actually.
I was born in the 70s. Actually, wearing this shirt here.
I was joking. I have no idea how old you are. I was just joking.
You can see on my shirt right there. August limited edition, 1975.
Do you use the Papa system?
I do. I'm a Papa member as well.
Right. I was evicted.
You were evicted?
Yeah, by Cecil.
What?
Oh, were you pretending to be MRD? Was that you?
No. I wouldn't pay. And he didn't like it. He says, I only want people on here that pay.
I just wanted to comment. I very much appreciate the conversation around the future of ham radio service. And,
where's he talking?
Maybe the differences between different generations of operators. Also,
he's on 30 Charlie.
So Starlink.
He's talking to me or anybody?
I'm really enjoying this conversation. Just wanted to say that. There's an excellent article on Ars Technica regarding. You can Google Ars Technica cell phone towers in space, and they basically summarize by saying that SpaceX has just launched 21 satellites for direct cell capability for their LTE satellites. Elon Musk says they won't replace terrestrial ones, but they're designed to basically fill in dead spots in the existing terrestrial network. It'll provide text messaging, and these satellites will provide text messaging in 2024 and voice and data sometime in 2025. There's a number of carriers in addition to T-Mobile that have joined. It's like Rogers in Canada, KDDI in Japan, Optus in Australia, One New Zealand, Salt in Switzerland, and Entel in Chile and Peru. So just wanted to add some additional detail around that. And amusing I had on that is that I think the internet has really changed the nature of ham radio, and basically you can reach anywhere at any time for pennies on the dollar with the internet backbone. So ham operators find themselves in a position where they must redefine the sport in addition to the entertainment value. What are we trying to do with the ham technology? It's really an interesting conversation and pretty exciting. I'm really looking forward to all the changes, and I'm pretty interested to see where this all goes. KE0SVD.
KE0SVD. I appreciate you jumping in, and it sounds like, are you watching on YouTube too? Is that what I'm guessing? I appreciate you watching if you are. It's amazing how we can connect with people these days. I'm very excited for the future. I personally think this direct to satellite phone thing I don't think it's going to be, as big as the terrestrial satellites, but I think it would give a good option for people that live in parts of the world that don't have that connectability. Sorry, getting an echo in my ear now. But I appreciate you jumping in there, and thanks for this is a good conversation tonight.
Is it Ian?
Yeah, K6EGG. Yeah.
1 second.
KE0SVD. Yeah, for sure. And I think my understanding is that there are bandwidth currently in today's technology. There are Starlink and competing bandwidth challenges in satellite orbit. And so, initially I wondered if, when I first heard about Starlink, if everything was going to transition to satellite, but I know that there are bandwidth constraints, especially over cities. So I think for the foreseeable future, it seems as though everything is to fill in those, Antarctica and island nations and remote locations and cellular dead zones and that sort of thing. So it'll be interesting though to see and cruise liners and commercial airplane internet service and all those kind of niche filler spots, but not set to replace terrestrial. And Elon Musk did say that too, apparently, in this article, that it's not designed to replace terrestrial. So again, my thought here is that the internet is what's really driving the change and redefining ham operation. And I think younger hams are much more interested in, maybe the digital modulation technologies. I think that's more native to them, and resistors and tubes and dials less so in the analog space. So I suspect there's some bifurcation between generations in the ham space, and things will change over time. But anyway, those are my 2 cents and thoughts there. So KE0 SVD.
Yeah, I can't agree with you more. I personally think, from my own personal experience, if it wasn't for some of the digital, so to speak, like FT8, I wouldn't be doing as much ham radio because I'm very busy with work and life. I got a 6-year-old. I'm able to remote into my computer at home and play with my Icom 7610 and work FT8 when I got a free couple minutes. Sometimes it's more than a couple minutes, and sometimes I spend a little bit more time I should playing with it. But as far as the way that the ham radio community is sharing information has changed quite a bit with Discord channels, user groups on Facebook, Reddit, all kinds of different things. So I'm excited. I know I wouldn't be where I am as far as at least getting my general and learning about HF. And I didn't even know about FT8 till I was looking at stuff on YouTube. And I had a couple people tell me that, that's going to be a good mode. And when I was watching it, I'm like, man, that looks boring. And then I started playing with it, and I'm like, yeah, this is kind of fun. I can go out there and adjust my antenna and see different parts of the world where I'm hitting, and it's just amazing. So I'm really looking forward to the future, so to speak.
Oh boy, we could see Sam now. Sam, am I allowed to put your picture up?
Go for it.
Oh boy. Oh, you're cut off. Dang it. Sorry.
What do you mean cut off?
I don't have you. Cut off. Sorry, man. You're on the wrong square there.
Lies.
Let me see if I could do something here.
If you click on him, you'll make him full screen in there.
I don't think the people want to see that.
By the way, anybody new watching tonight, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, especially Ian, if you're still in there. I think you're still in there.
Yeah, I'm here.
Don't forget to, if you got a YouTube account, to subscribe. Tell your friends too. I'm just doing this for fun. Some people with YouTube accounts and they're showing ham radio stuff, they make videos and they show people stuff. This is me just being like literally being a ham radio operator. I got everything in front of me. You guys can see my radio, my dashboard, which I'm looking on my other computer. I just want this to be more like transparent, and I'm just doing this for fun. I'm not doing this for any type of monetary gain, or I'm not asking for donations. Don't send me anything. This is purely just another way I can share my part of my hobby, what I'm doing with ham radio, to everybody else. And also people can tell me how to fix my stuff that I have settings wrong on my radio. So I'm a little selfish on that aspect. You know about
Peanut?
I know about Peanut. I have a iPhone, so does not work with it.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So
I use Peanut quite often and quite regular because I have it on the phone.
I used to use Peanut on my Windows PC, but I haven't used it since last year.
Oh, one of the things is, if you did go on it, in New Zealand, as of yesterday, they're playing around and they've just added ChatGPT to their system. So you can actually talk to the computer on their network on ChatGPT. So if you want a QSO, you can go there and talk to the machine, and the machine will talk back.
Can you get a QSL card from ChatGPT?
You'll have to ask it.
Didn't we try that one night on a DStar XLX reflector?
I don't know.
Sam might have been around that night where we were asking it questions and we're trying to break it. I'm trying to think. Got to figure out.
I have already experimented, obviously, with the Alexa. We've had Alexa on it.
Interesting.
Well, Alexa and Siri and all of them, they're all the same. So, it's quite interesting.
But because of the lack of activity on repeaters, imagine if every repeater carried ChatGPT and the whole nature of the hobby was you just talk to a computer on your travels.
I don't know if I'm into that.
No, but it was meant to be a little joke.
Yeah, but I don't know. I talk to enough computers when I have to call the airlines and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I realize that, and that's an extension of it. But as the older people die and there's nobody else to talk to, why not talk to a machine?
It kind of, what is that? This conversation's reminded me of 2001, The Space Odyssey, when they got that HAL thing, and it kind of takes over.
I know what you're planning to do, and I'm afraid I cannot allow it to happen.
That would be interesting if it did that on the repeaters, if you were trying to have a conversation and it was a little bit, I call it obstructive. That would be funny.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I probably butchered that quote, but it's best I can do.
But it was challenging. I made the point that the computer on a conversation started to challenge you on your morning drive. I don't think so. That's not going to happen.
I'm not down with that. That's kind of, yeah, that HAL movie or that 2001 movie kind of freaked me out. And there was a lot of stuff that in that movie happened is kind of happening in real life right now.
Exactly. It's nuance.
Yeah. I don't know if I don't know. That was kind of weird, but I appreciate you jumping in SonoBus, or pardon me, Discord tonight.
Yeah.
Or it's actually in the morning for you. It's almost nighttime. For me, it's almost morning time for me. It's 11:40 my time, and over in Hawaii it's 9:40. 2 hours right now. Is that correct, Eric?
Yeah, it's 9:40.
So I'm going to get back on the radio, and try to make a couple more contacts on 30 Charlie here. I normally don't come on this late, and I'm getting a little tired. Excuses. So, I hope I make contact with you again on a band.
Oh, yeah.
You guys had a great conversation, or that I hope that I didn't ruin. But we were listening in for a little while. It was almost kind of like we're eavesdropping, because I like that kind of open conversation about what someone feels about something with that. But
do you use the Win system, by the way?
Oh God, no. I got kicked off that thing.
You got kicked off the Win system?
Because I was live streaming and he said it was illegal, which is
so
not
I got
really
kicked off the Papa system because I wouldn't pay.
I kind of understand that. They got a lot of expenses.
It's a private system that you have to pay to be on, according to Sissel.
Yeah.
But he's 5'10", and it's supposed to be open to all because he's 5'10".
I don't know what that means.
It means that he gets a tax exemption and he claims tax on it. It's tax refundable. Don't you know?
I did not know that.
Oh, yeah. But he's got it on Echolink, and I was just coming in on Echolink because Echolink's, but in England, we don't have private repeaters. They're all open. You can't have them. They're not. It's a different concept that I didn't know about, but I do now.
Well, technically, they're private, but the frequency you can use.
Yeah.
But some of our FCC laws, they can, if you're on a repeater system, they can ask you not to come on it if you're not a member.
Right. I mean, that's what he did.
Yeah.
I didn't know all that. But I was a regular because I'm an Elmer and I like Elmering. I help people who don't know as much as me.
Yeah. I've had a bunch of people help me. I wouldn't be, like I said before, I wouldn't be where I was at, but I stay away from the Win system. Those guys were not too happy with me. And
I'm anywhere, so I don't bother. But anyway, anyway, let's go back to it then.
All right, I'm going to get back on the radio.
This is great.
Mods, if you guys want to go back over to Discord, SonoBus, what sounds a little better, and I'm going to turn down the fader for Discord, and hopefully SonoBus will work. But take care, Ian, and hope to chat with you again soon.
Yeah. Give me the name of what you're telling that other system. Can I just make my own channel or use it? Or
it's called,
how's that work?
It's called SonoBus.
How do you spell it?
SoNOBUS.
So like it's SonoBus then?
SonoBus, yeah, basically, yes.
Oh, I'll investigate it then.
Yeah, you could send multi-channel through direct connect there.
Oh, is there many ham radio stuff on it, or just not many? Or
I think somebody actually from your land there, Colin, I forget the ham or
Callum,
DX
Commander.
Callum.
Yeah, Callum. When
everybody knows M0CX or something. I know him.
No, M0XXT.
Oh, right, different person. Okay, I'll go and have a look then. So I'll sign out, and thanks for the contact.
Yeah. All right. Take care, and I hope to make contact with you again. Don't forget to subscribe too, and tell your buddies about it.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll talk to you guys back into regular SonoBus where the audio is a little bit better there. I gotta get back in moderator chat. Sorry. I wasn't prepared to do this on the fly. So,
Greg, you are an audio professional, and I have all the faith in you.
But it's audio and video, so it's difficult. And hopefully, Sam, are you in there, Sam? Did you go back to SonoBus?
Sam did not.
Hold on.
He's going over there. He's making his way.
Yep, I'm here.
All right, cool.
Give me one second.
This is Greg, K6EGG, back on Reflector 30 Charlie, and also currently live streaming on YouTube with a link in my QRZ profile.
I haven't said that for a while. Thank you for listening, man.
Yeah, okay, Greg. Thanks for that. Anyway, I was just seeing if K0SVD was it. I haven't got his email on the QRZ, and I was interested in trying to contact him.
KE0SVD, still out there. This is Greg, K6EGG.
DX Hamstick. I gotta switch something so I can show this.
Sounds like he possibly disappeared there. It is late here on the North American continent, 15 minutes till midnight till Saturday.
Yeah, exactly. It's 5 to 8, approaching, it's 47:46 in the morning in England. I just found him on this aprs.to website, which I wasn't familiar with. So I do use aprs.fi, but I'm not familiar with this site, so I'm just investigating. Are you familiar with it?
I have absolutely no idea about it, but he's in the KE0SVD is in the chat, so maybe you guys can share some info there on emails and maybe communicate there. Or just go ahead and take the reflector. I can move to another reflector right now.
Yeah, okay, thanks for that.
All right, this is Greg, K6EGG. I'm going to QSY over to 1 Charlie, I think. 1 Charlie.
All right, so I'm going to go over to 1 Charlie. Now I got to do this manually, which sucks. I usually use my phone to change this, so now I have to go through all of this. I guess I could just type it in. Oh, maybe I can't. Direct entry. REF001. See, try to show you guys what I do.
73, have a good night to you. It was KQ4QXE. This is KI7WXP. Clear. Thanks.
I was burping. Am I on 1 Charlie now? Yep. Sounds like somebody just 73'd out.
This is Greg, K6EGG, monitoring reflector 1 Charlie from Southern California, the city of Chino. Also live streaming on YouTube this late night.
I'm starting to get a little tired.
Ambient stream.
No, I haven't even. I'm not going to be taking any ambient tonight. By the way, how's my delay on between DStar and the stream itself?
M0AGJ. This is Greg, K6EGG, on the other side of the planet over in California, United States. A good morning to you.
Good morning there, Greg. Yeah, the name this way is Alan, and we're over in Yorkshire, UK. Just got the old hotspot up and running. We've updated it there with 02. So it's a little bit quicker now, so we're just trying it out this morning. Very good morning to you there.
Not too bad.
Nice and cool here in Yorkshire this morning. I think the temperature's down to around about 4 or 5. So winter's on its way at long last. Back to you there, Greg.
Yeah, I guess got the hotspot running here myself. Kind of playing around. I'm normally not on the radio this late. If I am, I'm driving home from work at this time, but I got off work a little bit earlier tonight. And it's actually going to get into the mid to upper 30s here, pardon me, in Southern California. Pardon me. Throat's closing up there. So it's going to get, old man winter is going to be coming here, coming our way here in California, and snow levels are going to get to 2,000 feet. So kind of actually looking forward to the weather change a little bit, believe it or not.
Yeah, fine on that, Greg. Well, it's not too good here in Yorkshire presently. Yeah, I'm just looking at the temperature. Yeah, we're down to 5 degrees forecast for today. So
He dropped.
this year, so we're getting away with it nicely there. So we're getting first week in January, so we're still a while to go yet before we get into spring there. Okay, back to you there. Yeah, I'm running a 9700 actually this way, Greg, and I've just updated the
He's dropping. That's unfortunate.
spot there. So I watched the video post what somebody put on QRZ there, so we thought we'd try it. Okay, back to you, Greg, M0AGJ.
Unfortunately, I only copied about half of that. I don't know if you're mobile and you're Let me see if I got it now. Unfortunately, I only caught about half of that. I think I don't know if you're mobile and your data was dropping out, but it was good making contact with you this morning for you. One of these days, I got to jump back on the UK HubNet. I've been on that a couple times, the analog side of it. But it's good making contact with you. Quick contact there. I'm getting a little tired. It's getting close to midnight here in Southern California, and I think I might have just hit a wall. But I appreciate the contact, and we'll love to chat with you again. This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf on Reflector 1 Charlie. Also currently live streaming on YouTube as well. And 73 to you.
It's somebody from South Africa.
Okay there, Greg. Have a good day anyway, or a good evening there. There's another station wanting to get on the frequency, so we'll say 73. Thanks for the quick call, and thanks for testing this hotspot out this morning. M0AGJ clear.
You don't hear South Africa on too much. It's kind of interesting checking out the different, hearing the different voices on this late at night. It's actually kind of nice. Sometimes I'll wake up early in the morning and then I'll tune in and hear a bunch of different other voices. So Sam, it is getting very late back there. I'm surprised you're still with us here.
No, yeah.
I appreciate it. Eric, it's only 10 o'clock over there, so it's not too bad for you. So,
yep. Oh, I'm going to be up for a while. There's a rare grid coming online in about an hour. So,
on HF,
the Green Cube.
Man, I got to work satellite one of these days.
Green Cube getting kind of. It's getting pretty congested and yeah, there's a lot of poor practices going around right now, and some of us are trying to improve it, but not having a good luck with constrained resources.
A question for you: if I connected on to the Green Cube flying over my area, would I be able to make a contact with you?
Yeah.
I think that'd be really cool, but I need a beam, huh?
Yeah, you're looking at a minimum of 10 elements on your 9700. A 15 element would be ideal. The antenna is about $100.
There's probably no way.
The wife wouldn't allow that.
Who?
Your wife.
Well, I do it portable. So I set up in my driveway, the backyard, at a park. I have so many trees around me that I have to this pass that's coming up because of the trees and where it's going. I have like a little cart from Home Depot, and I've got my my battery and my radio and the laptop on the cart, and I'm just gonna wheel it down while holding the antenna, and wheel it down to the end of the street and at 10:45 in the middle of the night at the end of the street, I'm going to be on a satellite.
Nice.
And because the satellite travels slow, like on the faster ones, the low orbit, I just hand hold the antenna. But because this pass is going to be an hour long, I've got a cheap speaker stand, and I just point it, and every couple of minutes you adjust.
There you go.
All right, so I actually plan on doing a normal stream at my normal time on a Saturday night. Probably start around 7 p.m. my time. I don't think I'm going to go too late. I actually I got mornings coming up for work, so I got to kind of adjust. Not too big of a deal, but I just don't want to feel too tired. Probably hear my voice a tad bit. I don't know. Are you guys going to be around tomorrow?
I'll be around.
We might have the angry.
I plan on doing some POTA tomorrow with my new radio. So hopefully the antenna mount that I got works and shows up.
I got blurry there. What kind of new radio did you get?
I bought an 891.
Oh.
So yeah, we got some new parks here in Hawaii, and a number of them are ones where it's just not conducive. Like you can't drive up to them.
Huh.
So I did one where it was about a half-mile walk into like where a good spot was. And bringing the 7300 is just, it's too big and too heavy.
Isn't that what the cart's for?
The cart won't fit in the car. So the cart is my like neighborhood portable for satellites. It's not for HF. And it's like literally like a shop cart. So it's not something I'm going to bring on a hiking trail.
Right.
I got a question for you. Is a chicken guy going to be one of these new parks?
No. Many of them are like forest reserves or like wildlife areas. So, or trails. So some of them that I'm going to, one of them's at a lookout, and I could do the 7300 there. But the nice thing is I bought the ATAS antenna as well, and it's not going to perform well in Hawaii because it's only 5 feet tall. But it'll be okay. But the nice thing is I'll be able to pull into this spot. It's like at an overlook, and it's a trailhead and a forest reserve. So I can literally pull in, turn the radio on, press the button, and the antenna will do its thing, and it'll be resonant and good to go. And yeah, otherwise I'd have to get out and put a ham stick on, and then, or just get out of the vehicle on the side of at the lookout and operate from the side of the lookout, and then that'll be weird.
You'd be Hamstick Eric then.
Yeah. And then there's some of the other parks, like I'll use the 17-foot whip that I use a lot.
Yeah.
But it's just having to bring along the 90 or the 7300. It's a lot of radio to put in your backpack.
Oh yeah. It's a big radio.
Dude, I am not taking my 991 off of my desk. I'll go out and I'll buy 87 or 818.
See, it's kind of weird because I got the 705 and I have the X6100. And if I'm going down to bringing a QRP radio, it's like I'm going to bring the 6100 because it's like a third of the weight, maybe half.
Yeah.
I don't know. And it's got the tuner and a lot of the things. It's like not only the tuner but the analyzer. So, like if I bring the 17-foot whip, I don't have to worry about bringing a rig expert along to make sure that I'm at resonance.
Right.
I just do the sweep and I'm good. Even though the 705 is a way better radio. If I'm going QRP in Hawaii, it's most likely because I'm trying to save weight. Well, I shouldn't say that. I did the QSO party QRP all weekend, and I camped like 30 feet from my car.
All right, boys. I think my bed's calling me.
Oh boy.
Yeah, looking forward to getting some sleep. But I appreciate you guys jumping on. A pretty good, interesting conversation tonight. And Ian was pretty fascinated by making his first Starlink contact there. So yeah, obviously you can't really tell the difference. If you didn't tell me you're on Starlink, I would have absolutely no idea that you were on it. So, but still, nonetheless, it's pretty amazing technology. I don't know if you've done SonoBus. This is a private group. I have both these guys in here are moderators for the channel. If I go somewhere, it'll be on Discord. That what I did earlier with Ian there. So I don't normally invite a bunch of people into SonoBus because it gets a little bit overwhelming, I guess you can say, with voices. Discord kind of nulls other voices out when other people are talking. So you should
do a live stream where like a open Discord live stream one of these days.
No,
I kind of did last night. Pat came in. Who else came in? Somebody else came in there.
It was just Pat.
It was. Just Pat? No, you were on there.
Wow, 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 wow.
Oh yeah. Sad Ham was in there. Lawrence. Todd Lawrence. Lawrence Todd was in there. So yeah, I got to be careful with that because I don't like if I have people I really don't know. I figured that Ian was going to be safe just because I was listening talk for like a half hour. I just don't want people to say certain stuff that I don't want on the channel to piss off some people, I guess, or bad words or anything else. So I kind of keep that limited. Obviously, Sam and those guys are in. Sam and Eric, Eric are. That was a sound effect.
That wasn't me.
And that was a sound effect. That wasn't actually someone like saying it. So
who was that? Sam.
That was Sam. Of course it was.
You're like,
so
I don't want
take it
swearing.
Don't take it the wrong way. But I'll be back tomorrow night. Wherever you're at in the world, do your math on the time zone. It'll be around 7 p.m., give or take an hour. Maybe after Ham Radio Crash Course does this thing, because I know he goes on Saturdays, right?
Wait, 7 p.m. Yes. What time zone?
Who are you talking to here? What time zone am I in? Pacific.
But for the viewers,
everybody pretty much knows where I'm at. Pacific time zone.
Everybody knows Josh. So 7 p.m. on Greg's time, or no, was it?
So what would that be timing for Australia? Well, it depends what part too. I know I didn't see Colin in here tonight, which is surprising. Colin was in last night though. And you know what? To your point, everybody does know Josh. I know people that don't even have ham radio license that knows who that guy is. So,
oh yeah.
No, I was saying you were like 7 p.m. and I was like, I don't know what 7 p.m.
7 p.m. Pacific time.
I'm helping you out, Greg.
You are helping me out.
Maybe someone in South Africa doesn't know what time 7 p.m. is, and they're eagerly like, oh, gotta see Greg, gotta see Greg. And there's no Greg because he's 9 hours off from you.
He's going to have to stay up super late wherever he's at. All right, guys, take care and have a good night. Hello, everybody. Thanks again for watching the Greg K6EGG live stream. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and most importantly, share. Thanks again for watching. See you next time.